Hey guys! Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy to have you guys back for another video. Ignore my dog, he's being annoying. But thank you so much for watching. Hugo! Today we'll be going over a tutorial for a more natural makeup look for every day. I've gotten this request from a few people, a few of my friends who, you know, they like the glam, but most of the time they're using everyday makeup for work or whatever, or they, you know, are more minimalist when it comes to makeup. So I wanted to dedicate this video to you guys. Thank you so much for the request. Hugo! Before you guys leave, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. This video is brought to you by me. So stay tuned for this very natural look that you can use every day for work, for school, for if you want to go to the gym, to the beach, whatever. Yes, people do wear makeup to the beach. Why not? You can stunt at the beach too. Who said you can't? Anyway, so stay tuned for this video and let me know what you guys think. And let me know what you guys want to see for the next video. I want to hear more. I want to know more about what you guys need. So anyways, stay tuned. Hope to see you to the end. Alright, so first things first, when I'm doing a more natural look, I'm usually doing it in less than 15 to 20 minutes because I'm going to work or whatever it is that I'm doing. So my biggest thing is prepping my skin. So I've already prepped my skin and I've used some products that I've used before on my channel. So I got the Olay Mist. I obviously have my SPF. Guess which one I used? Neutrogena. One of my favorites, and I actually need to restock on this. And then actually I tried this moisturizer because I was trying to do this sort of drugstore review on some products. So I've actually been using this Olay Regenerist cream. It's a deep hydrating cream. Honestly, not my favorite. I've been using it for about 3 weeks now. I would say 3 weeks now. It's honestly not my favorite product. I don't really like the feeling of the product. It doesn't really hydrate as much as I want it to. So I'm not in love with this product. Another thing I found is that it actually makes my skin oilier throughout the day. So it wasn't my favorite. I probably won't try this again. If you do try it, let me know how you like it. Let me know how it works for you. But for me, it wasn't the best. Another thing I'll be using today for my skin is the Hello Beautiful by, this is by Benefit. So this one actually does have sunscreen in it. So if you forget your sunscreen step, you can go ahead and use that one. Also, I'm mixing it with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter, the original, the OG, because the shade that I have for this one is still a little bit darker. It's more so my spring shade, so it's in between my winter and summer shade. So I'm going to go ahead and mix those two. Another thing I'll be using are 2 concealers because when you're doing your natural makeup look, some of you don't really have dark circles. I do, so I can't really go in with just my lighter shade. I sort of have to correct underneath. So I use this concealer that has the same tone as my skin, and then I brighten with the lighter shade. So I'll be using the Becca concealer. This is the Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer, which actually I've been liking more and more using other concealers and comparing them. I actually am starting to like it, even though it's a lot creamier than I wanted it to be because the original formula wasn't as creamy. I'm actually starting to like it a little bit more compared to other concealers. And then I'm using the over-the-counter Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So that's basically what I'm going to do for my skin. So you might have at home the perfect shade, so you may not need to mix a couple colors. So I'm just going to go ahead and use about a pump and a half for with the darker shade, and then I'm going to mix it with about a pump of the lighter shade. What I like about it is when I mix these two is that the foundation and the, what is this thing called? It's not really a foundation. I would say it's a tinted moisturizer. I like the finish that it has. So I like to start, you know, and you've probably seen it, I start kind of sort of from the center. And when I'm doing a more natural look, I'm not really worried about the coverage. I'm more of a medium coverage kind of girl anyway, so. And I'm just sort of blending it through from the center outward. And I do take it a little bit into my eye socket area, just because I want a little bit more coverage underneath my eyes. But I don't do a lot because I also don't want a lot of creasing for when I put my concealer on. So, how did you guys like my Valentine's Day video? Let me know in the comments. Was it helpful? Did you guys try to look? What happened? Let me know. What did you guys do for Valentine's Day? I actually did nothing, to be quite honest. I stayed at home, but last week I did take myself out. One of my friends invited me to a game, so I ended up going to the game. And the Hawks game, the Atlanta Hawks game. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. Oh God, my dog is just annoying. Sorry guys. Hugo, go downstairs. Go downstairs, Hugo. Hugo! Now that my foundation is set, I'm just gonna kind of try to use the rest of this. And this actually has a pretty decent coverage, and again, this is not gonna be full glam, so I'm not really, I have areas on my skin where obviously they can be a little bit more perfected. Or, you know, color corrected and things like that, but that's not really what you guys do on a normal date. And from the ideas or from the requests that I got, it seems like you guys want something more natural. So one of the questions that I got was, how do you use concealer? And I use a foundation mixed with a tinted moisturizer, or what I would call a tinted moisturizer, even though this is considered a foundation. But the question was, how do you use concealer? And I can't remember who asked it, but they were like, use concealer here, right? And for me, you know, you have to do and you have to use what works for you. So if you are not a foundation type of gal and you have flawless skin and you don't want to cover it, don't. You don't have to. You don't have to really do everything that you see on YouTube or what you see on IGTV and things like that. If you want to just use a concealer, you can actually do that. You know, go to the makeup counter, purchase maybe 2 or 3 shades that work with the different tones on your skin and use it to spot correct, and then blending with just using concealer. If you guys want a tutorial on how I do that, how I achieve that look, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to post that. So today we use more of a foundation, but concealer can be used anywhere on your face. It doesn't just have to be under here, under your eyes. So today I will be using it underneath my eyes, but again, don't feel like this is the only place that concealer can go. And if you guys are interested, I'll make a video so I can show you how to do that. But for now, we are going to be using the concealer, or at least I'm going to be using the concealer underneath my eyes. And again, this is more of a shade that matches with my skin, because I'm just trying to even out the skin tone because I have those dark circles. And the brush that I'm using right now is the Charlotte Tilbury brush. I don't know what brush this is called. Hollywood Complexion, I guess. And I'm just adding that right underneath my eye. And if you notice, it just sort of blends perfectly. And I'm taking it on top of my lid and just blending it through. And again, we don't want it to be cakey, so I'm just sort of patting it into the eye. You can also use your finger if you don't have a brush. That's completely fine. Your fingers are like a natural beauty blender. When I was working at the counter, at the makeup counter, I almost had the most natural makeup, I would say. You know, a lot of people who worked with me and customers, you know, they noticed that about me. I love makeup, I love glam and everything like that, but if you were to ask me what my makeup style is, I would say definitely more natural, flawless glam that looks like it's seeping out of your skin. I do love when I see people who do, you know, lashes all the time, or they do contour and highlight all the time. It's beautiful, but honestly, I don't feel like that is my style, and it never has been. And working in the beauty industry is kind of hard, especially with all the clickbait that you see on Instagram and everywhere else. It's almost like hard to fit into the beauty industry because I never really saw myself in it and I never felt like I got credit for what I did as more of a natural makeup person. And it's kind of hard because people question whether or not you know how to do makeup because you're not posting contour, highlight every 2 seconds, because sometimes I just don't feel like wearing highlight. Sometimes I don't feel like wearing lashes. Sometimes I don't feel like wearing whatever. So it was a little bit hard at first to sort of be comfortable with the type of makeup that I did, but every day I get so many compliments from, you know, my friends and everything like that, and I'm so happy to be able to share my style of makeup with you guys. So, and I like to add a little twist here and there, so I'm not even gonna say that I don't, but I'm really happy that you guys are loving it so far. Now I'm gonna use the lighter shade now right in the areas, I would say right here underneath where I'm trying to highlight. Again, this is not full glam. If you have even skin underneath your eyes, feel free to skip that step and just use one shade of concealer that you feel will brighten up your skin, or be the even shade. You don't have to brighten, you don't have to use the lighter shade if you don't want to. If you have a very even skin tone across your face, feel free to leave it just like that. This is not something you have to do. Skip the step if you want to, especially if you're in a rush. If you feel like you can just even out the skin with the foundation, go right ahead. It's not something that you really have to do. Now I'm just gonna use this one. I'm just clicking it up and I'm adding it to my forehead. You don't have to. Again, this is not full glam. You don't have to, depending on how much time you have, but you can. If you have a few more minutes, you can. And I'm just blending that through. So I got the Disney Plus trial, the free trial, and I've been watching all of my favorite 90s shows, which I don't know if you guys, how old you guys are, but I've been watching Boy Meets World and I'm just so in love with reconnecting with that time. It was a good time, the 90s, for me, growing up in the 90s, and it was just so cool to see all the kids with their outfits from the 90s. And it's really funny because I'm starting to see more people where I work with a younger population. I work with people who are like in their 20s, 18, 20s, and they're wearing the clothes that we wore when we were in middle school, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting old. Is this what it feels like to get old? And you see the youths wearing your fashion from when you were a preteen. It's so funny to me. Alright, so as you can tell, this area is done. I am going to go ahead and set underneath my eye just a little bit. It's not going to be baking, it's just going to be a little bit of setting. And I'm taking the Too Faced powder, the translucent powder, and just using a tiny bit to set. I don't want to use too much at all. I'm just gonna literally dust just a little bit. Around the eyes. And there we go. So I'm not baking, I'm just setting a little bit. And now I'm gonna go in with an eyeliner. Oof, my eye is watering already. Great. And ooh, you guys don't necessarily have to do eyeliner. If you don't want to, you could just pop some mascara on, some blush. But I'm gonna go ahead and use some. Eyeliner, and I'm gonna use this brown eyeliner from MAC. It's the Technaohl liner, the Photogravure, and I'm literally just gonna outline my eyes, just to add a little bit more dimension to them. I can line inside of my eye, but if you can't, don't worry about it. Just do the eyeliner where you feel like you can. And this is a really pretty brown eyeliner. For everyday, you can use black too. That's completely fine. I mostly like to use a sort of brown shade for everyday. And if you notice, I'm taking it right above my eye. You see it's a little bit of creasing. Just take that away. And this is sort of water resistant, this eyeliner, so my eyes are always watering. Ooh, I just poked my eye out. So I'm taking it on top of my lid and I'm blending it with my finger. If you have a brush, you can use your brush, but I'm just blending it with my finger. Blend it. Alright, so watery eyes and all, it's coming together. And now I'm gonna use some mascara. My favorite, you already know which one, Voluminous by L'Oreal. Guys, don't look at my nails. They look terrible. They look awful. Time for a restock on this because it's clearly drying out. And I'm really mad because the other day I saw it was on sale at Target. It was like buy one get one free or buy one get one half off, and I was like, oh, I got plenty at the house. Big mistake. Hopefully they still have it on sale. Alright, so I have my eyeliner, mascara on. Now I'm going to do a little bit of blush, which, again, this is an everyday look. We're not going to be doing contour today, even though, you know, you can do some contour if you have time, but I'm assuming you guys don't. And I'm going to be using this bronzer by Palladio. It's one of my favorite bronzers. I've used it for years. This shade is called Pacific Tan. I use it on myself and it's really beautiful. It has sort of like this luminous finish to it. This one fell on the floor. Now I'm dusting off any excess. I'm really mad. This just like crumbled on the ground, but so I'm just gonna dust that onto my cheeks. Dust, 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 dust. And I'm taking it upwards. And so guys, on a natural day, this is probably not something that you can do depending on how much eyebrows you have, but I have a lot of brow and I just usually will just comb them when I'm on the go. I don't really do much to them. Just kind of comb them through neatly and keep pushing. For an everyday look, Now, you may need to draw your eyebrows in. Then if you have questions on how to do that, go watch my video. I'll link it up here on how to style and shape your brows. And also, if you're interested in seeing me do a tutorial on someone who doesn't have as many brow hairs or natural brow as I do, then let me know. I'd love to show you guys. So I just put on the lip primer. I'm gonna go ahead and do my favorite lip liner. Who knows what my favorite lip liner is? Anyone? Anyone? I know my 5 followers know. So I'm gonna use my favorite lip liner. It's the Makeup Forever Completely Sepia lip liner. And if you're asking, yes, I haven't found the other one yet. I'm starting to think someone took it. Who was it? Anyone? So you could do a lip gloss, you could do a lip liner, you can do another favorite of mine right now. I don't have it here, it's probably in my purse somewhere, are the Too Faced liquid lipsticks. I really like that formula so far, but I wanted to go something with a little bit lighter and fresher. So I'm gonna use this lip liner and, ooh, that looks like crazy. Line the whole lip in. Alright, so my lip's done. I noticed that I actually wanted some more cheek color, because I feel like I need a little bit more cheek color, so I'm going to use a little bit more of this powder, cheek powder. There. And now I'm actually going to top it with some lip gloss. This is the Stripped. You guys have seen this used before. Just top it off. Alright. Alright, so this is the look. You can also, if you have extra time, you can also use an eyeshadow. I would pop on something like this bronzy shade, Legend. I could pop, or actually let me use the Solar. It's like a peachier color just to brighten up my eyelid. You can do something like that too. Just on the lid, I'm going to go ahead and dust that on. And that's, again, if you have time. Just to kind of brighten up your eyelid. So yeah, so now you have this neutral look. Alright guys, let me know what you guys think of this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this is what you guys were looking for. Thank you so much for the request. I really appreciate all of you for watching. You guys are so real and I love it. I love your support and I can't thank you enough. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm happy to share my experience. I'm happy to share my expertise with you. Anyways, you guys have a great week. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.